Hi everyone! Today we're making a classic A-line skirt. It's one of the easiest garments for a beginner to make, so I think this is a great project to start with if you're just getting into sewing. Start with cutting out your pattern, fold the fabric selvage to selvage, lay the pattern pieces on the fabric and cut them out. Then you can transfer the symbols and markings from the pattern onto the fabric. The first step will be making the darts. Once you have the dart marked on the fabric, fold the fabric right side to right side, pin along the line, and then sew from top to bottom. I won't cut the end of the thread, I'm just going to tie it a few times at the end. This will give it a neat finish. Once you have all your darts done, press the darts towards the centre of the garment. Finish the side seams on the back and front pieces with an overlock or zigzag stitch. Now we can insert the zip. I'm using an invisible zip here, but I would recommend you do a lapped zip. Mark the seam allowance and run a stitch along the seam allowance line. It can just be the length of the zip. Take the front piece of the skirt and center the zip right side of the zip to the right side of the fabric. Pin in place down one side. Now I'm going to stitch under the teeth from the top of the zip, and I'm using a zip foot. I'll stop stitching when the foot hits the zip pull. Place the other side of the fabric to the zip, pin in place and stitch. Then you can remove the basting stitches. After that, stitch the seam below the zip I'm then stitching just the end of the zip tape to close up any gaps, and the zip is done. Now I'm going to sew the right side seam, and I'll press the seam open. Attach the waistband interfacing by placing the sticky side of the interfacing on the wrong side of the fabric, cover with another fabric and press. Then you cut off any excess parts. Finish the sides of the waistband with an overlock or zigzag stitch. To attach the waistband to the skirt, find and match the notches, and then pin the waistband to the skirt waist edge, right side to right side. Stitch the waistband to the waist edge. And trim the waistband side of the seam to half its width, then press towards the waistband. The waistband should extend beyond the zip by 1.5 centimeters on the left and by 5 centimeters on the right. Cut off any excess fabric. Mark 1.5 centimeters and fold the waistband right side to the marked line. Pin them in place and stitch the ends. You can then clip the ends to reduce bulk. Turn the waistband to the right side, pushing the clipped ends out. fold the waistband under and pin. Notice how I forgot to tuck the raw edge into the fold. I realised that much later. So don't forget to do that. Make sure the skirt's edge is also included in the fold when you're pinning. Now I'm going to hand stitch the fold in place using a whip stitch. I'm starting with a few tiny back stitches first to secure the thread in place. To whip stitch, you insert the needle right next to the top material, then bring the needle diagonally up so that the edge of the second material is caught. Finish the hem edge with an overlock or zigzag stitch, then turn up a 4 cm hem and either hand stitch in place or use an invisible stitch foot on your machine as I'm doing here. And finally, make a buttonhole on the overlap of the waistband and sew your button on the underlap.